Cool. And you're supposed to like rinse it, I guess, until you don't see any more powder come out. I rinse it with hot water. But I can never tell. I guess right now you can kind of see it, I don't know, powder up a little bit. Maybe. But I'll just rinse it for a minute or two.
Can y'all see that real well?
Yeah. Kind of play with it a little bit, toss it around. Spin it out a little bit. Work it around. Work it in the center. Start rinsing it back down. Now you don't have to cook it in the rice cooker, I'm just doing that because it's another one of those set it and forget it things. There's alternative ways, you can look it up, such as just boiling it. Stick it in a pot with boiling water. Another thing you can do is after you rinse it, you can toast it. Put it in a little saucepan or whatever without any water or anything down in there. Put some heat on it until it starts popping. I try to spend as little time on all this stuff as possible, so I usually skip that step. Alright, this seems pretty good. Let me I try to get it up in a little pile because it's going to stick to the strainer. So when it sticks, I'm going to have to toss it over. Show you. So mash it up like so. Toss it over. Alright. And then cool. It's all out. It's all in there. Rinse this out real quick. Time is going on. So now we just got to put 2 cups of water in there. But I'll put some seasoning and whatnot. We gotta hit that timer. I'll get the camera back to original position. See how we do. That's pretty good. Keep the food scale out of the way. And we're going to take a peek. See how we're doing. See a little char on this side, not as much char on this side. So I'm just going to flip it around. I'm going to let it char up a little bit more, and then I'm going to toss some sauce on there. Now this is looking pretty darn good. I'm kind of curious to see what the temperatures we're hitting now. So I'm going to get my temperature probe. I used to use this, but I used it so much and I moved it around so much that this thing got torn and frayed, and it started giving me incorrect readings. I think this is a lot better if you're like smoking something or the food is stagnant in the oven. Because the new one of these probes was like 15 bucks, but this thing here I think was like, I don't know, 8 or 10 bucks or something. But I think next time I go to smoke something, I'm going to buy a new probe. Whenever I boil anything, I'll verify. I'll usually stick this in there to make sure it's reading the 212 or whatever it is. But anyways, let's start checking temperatures here. So I got a big old piece of meat. It's on the outside part. Let's I like to stick it down the long end. This is already reading 169, 170. That's pretty good. That's on the outside. Let's get one of these big old pieces in the center. That's 169. This is looking like it's done already. That's great. That's 164. 165. 165. Going once. 168. That was weird. I didn't have it in there all the way. 67, 170. Yeah, these are all reading pretty good. And the goal is to not go any further above 165 than you have to, unless you really want some well done meat. It's going to be a little bit drier, but I mean at that point it's whatever you prefer. I prefer something nice and moist. Perfect. Yeah, all of these are reading way over 165. Big pieces in the center of the pan, as well as, yep, these are all done. That's great. That's really great. So, and then we can toss a little bit more sauce on there too, even after they come out. So now I'm gonna pull this other pan out. See how it goes. What's up, Philly J? No, sir. Dinner's almost ready, man. Hair. Tell you what, why don't you eat some of those cuties? Those cuties are on their way out. Cuties underneath the bananas. Is there any plums left? No, not those. No. You gotta eat the old ones first.
All of them?
No. Just if you want any fruit, you gotta eat the old fruit first. My son's looking for a snack before dinner. So now I'm gonna check the Caribbean jerk. That's all reading well over 170. 173. So it looks like we hit temperature, guys. Let's say our chicken is done. 180. 178. 180. Yeah, center of pan and the outside of the pan, all those pieces of meat, well over 165, which is cool. So now we're going to let this stand. I'm going to sauce them up one last time. After I get the quinoa going, because the quinoa is going to take about 20 minutes, I think, in the rice cooker, and then the asparagus is only going to take about 10 minutes. So let me get 2 cups of water, some olive oil, and the quinoa. Let me see if I can just zoom in from here. Let's go that way. Yeah. Not that exciting. A little olive oil. And maybe what? And there you go. Roasted garlic and herb. It's pretty good stuff. Pretty generic. I'm just gonna drop a whole bunch in there. And then 3 cups of water. We'll do hot water. Cool, 2 cups. Alright, we got 2 cups. Now I'm going to plug it in. Alright, got a little light, push down. Beautiful. And then I'm going to put the lid on it. It'll spit a little bit, so I'm going to put the hole towards where I want it to spit. So rock it back just a little bit. So that's good. This is good. Let's sauce these guys up one last time, you know? That's all gone. And a lot of sauce on the outside, is if you're cutting your meat before you put it in your mouth, whoops. If you're cutting your meat before you put it in your mouth, a real strong flavor of sauce is probably a good thing. But if you're just sticking the whole piece in your mouth and just chomping on that, the heavy flavor is going to hit you a lot harder. Make sure, oh, you guys probably can't see it, I haven't zoomed back out yet. There you go. So I'm saucing it up one last time. I'll come in for a close look here in a second. Big piece of chicken there. And since I cooked the chicken a bit first before I started saucing the marinade on, you know, the brush never came in contact with raw meat. I haven't had any problems like this before. Whoops. Get ready to go. Cool. Plenty of sauce. All this will go in the sink. Leave that there. This. And then tomorrow maybe I will show you a little bit. I might show you how I vacuum seal some of this stuff. I bought an old vacuum saver, literally an old one from like the 1980s. It was, I don't know, I guess about equivalent price to some of the newer vacuum savers. But it seemed pretty neat, and I don't know, seemed pretty good. And it works. So that's the chicken. We got quinoa and the rice cooker. And then I'm about to throw the asparagus in the oven in a second here. I think once this gets boiling, once the rice gets boiling or the quinoa gets boiling, is when I'll throw the asparagus in the oven. But I can at least lay it out in the pan for you, so you can see how that goes. So let's get the pan set up for that. So I'm going to throw some aluminum foil down at the bottom, make for easy cleanup. And then I guess it's turned in about, and I guess I was right, that video It's about 40 minutes when I last looked at the time on it. So it's about 40 minutes for the chicken. Raw, I guess it's about an hour for food prep. But tonight was only long because I had to cook the chicken in the oven. If it was just a matter of reheating some chicken, it would have taken a lot less time. Hence, it's good to do all this food prep on the weekend. So then all you got to worry about is your side dishes. As far as your green vegetables, nice. Plenty of oil on this. The ones up top get a nice good char for those who are looking for some char on their asparagus. And those that aren't looking for any char, they can eat the stuff off the bottom. Cool. If you saw that, you probably saw me doing a little bit of it. That's the asparagus now. And you still see there's still a pretty decent amount of oil on the bottom of this bowl. So not all that oil went onto the asparagus, but quite a bit did. So we got our quinoa on the back. That'll be done in a bit. We got our chicken cooling down just a little bit. And then the asparagus will go in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes or so. Okay, start rinsing this bowl out. I guess that's about wrapping up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video. Once I throw I'll let the oven on broil. I'll show you another video. My other favorite green vegetable in the oven is Brussels sprouts. I didn't really eat a whole lot of Brussels sprouts when I was growing up, but I've learned to enjoy them now. So I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes or so.